Now let's get to our daily dish. Genocide is not only a piece of World War II history, but there have been other atrocities in the more recent past.
So the Illinois Holocaust Museum's important new exhibition sheds light on the stories of survivors and descendants of genocides in Armenia, Guatemala, Bosnia, Rwanda, and Burma, and the common conditions and warning signs that can lead to these brutalities. Let's take a look.
Recognizing the critical signs of genocide can be a huge step toward intervention and prevention, says Kelly Zaney, project director for the Voices of Genocide exhibition.
So the Spagat Family Voices of Genocide exhibition is 4 years in the making, and ultimately it's really to address how and why genocide occurs, but ultimately the common conditions within the 5 genocides specifically that we highlight here, and the stories that we have to share and that unite those. But then ultimately, how can we inform ourselves about those conditions to work towards prevention?
Museum CEO Bernard Cherkasov says the exhibition and other efforts by the museum help people understand these histories by bringing the big picture into a human focus.
When we think about the Holocaust, genocides, or big events in human history, it's easy to think of them as inevitable and too big to comprehend. But the only way we can actually learn those lessons is when we focus on the stories of individual actors, of the perpetrators, of bystanders, of collaborators, of rescuers, resistors, and all in the victims themselves. And this is the work that this museum does, including through the Voices of Genocide exhibition.
Zaney describes how the museum is focusing on education in hopes of spotting and preventing future genocides.
So we've really taken to heart our tagline and really our core mission, which is to not only remember the past, but to work towards transforming the future. So whether it's through training teachers or law enforcement, public programming, special exhibitions, but also really leading with the idea of the merger of technology and historical storytelling. So we are the first museum to launch interactive holograms and virtual reality films that allow us to capture and preserve not only Holocaust survivors, but ultimately genocide survivor stories for generations to come.
Discover more at ilholocaustmuseum.org.
This segment was sponsored by the Illinois Holocaust Museum and Education Center. You can learn more when you visit ilholocaustmuseum.org.